There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times celebrities said something in real time that made a situation tense, uncomfortable, or just plain awkward. We'll also be including moments that weren't necessarily immediately broadcast, but were aired unedited.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Number 30. John Travolta mispronounces Idina Menzel.
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
Yeah, that's John Travolta flubbing Idina's name while introducing her at the 2014 Oscars.
There are flubs, and then there are Oscars-level blunders. When John Travolta took the stage at the 2014 Academy Awards to introduce Idina Menzel for her performance of Let It Go, he somehow referred to her as the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem.
They said, oh, by the way, we've changed Idina's name to phonetic spelling. I went, but what do you mean? Go!
The mispronunciation was so wildly off base that the moment went viral instantly, partly because Travolta delivered the name with total confidence, and partly because Menzel was already a well-established Broadway powerhouse.
It just threw me a little bit.
How many times
But
a
now
day?
it's the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, but now, of course.
The Grease actor later apologized, but by then, the internet had already crowned Adele Dazeem a pop culture legend. Number 29. Kristen Stewart's monologue slip.
I'm a little nervous to be hosting because I know that the president's probably watching, and I don't think he likes me that much.
It's said that SNL monologues are rehearsed down to the second, but that didn't save Kristen Stewart from delivering one of the show's most uncomfortable and unfiltered moments. During her 2017 hosting stint, Stewart ended up letting slip the F word.
We've got a great show, and I totally care that I'm here because it's the coolest thing ever. Oh. Your car is also here, and I'll never come back.
Yep, the Twilight star had dropped a very un-NBC-friendly expletive within her first monologue. The realization hit immediately, prompting her to gasp and try to steady herself as the audience reacted with a mix of laughter and surprise. Stewart wasn't riffing or improvising here. She was simply speaking passionately, maybe a little too passionately. Number 28. Meg Ryan tells Parkinson to wrap it up. Few celebrity interviews have unraveled on live television quite like Meg Ryan's famously icy appearance on Michael Parkinson's talk show. Promoting her film In the Cut, Ryan delivered increasingly terse, minimal answers.
I like it. I like the work a lot.
But you don't like the spotlight that goes with it, the rest of it?
It's awkward. It's not something that comes easily or fits naturally.
When Parkinson pressed her about the movie's nudity, already a sensitive topic, Ryan bluntly urged him to wrap it up.
In other words, if you were me, what would you do now?
Well, just wrap it up.
Yep, the segment has since been remembered as one of British TV's most strained interviews, and it's not because of any explosive outburst, but rather Meg Ryan's clear desire to escape the conversation and be anywhere else.
I don't know what happened. I just took against her.
Number 27. Joe Coy blames his writers.
You're kidding me, right?
Hosting an award show is a tough gig, but Joe Coy's turn at the 2024 Golden Globes drew attention for all the wrong reasons.
Oppenheimer is based on a 721-page Pulitzer Prize-winning book about the Manhattan Project. And Barbie is on a plastic doll with big boobies.
You see, after several jokes fell flat, he attempted to explain the awkward silence by noting that he'd only gotten the job a few days prior and threw his writers under the bus on live TV.
I wrote some of these, and they're the ones you're laughing at.
Instead of easing the room, the comment made things worse. The camera cuts to unimpressed celebrity reactions only amplified the discomfort. The comedian later apologized to his writing team, but by then, the damage was already done. Number 26. Rashida Jones looks tan.
Come on up, Rashida.
Come on up. Hello.
You look amazing.
The 2015 SAG Awards produced an instantly viral moment when TNT red carpet correspondent Danielle Dembski complimented Rashida Jones by saying she looked as if she'd, quote, just come off an island and was, quote, very tan, very tropical.
You look like you've just come off like an island or something. You're very tan, very tropical.
The comment landed poorly, as Dembski seemed unaware that Jones, whose parents are Quincy Jones and Peggy Lipton, is biracial and was not sporting a vacation tan. Jones reacted with a pointed clarification, which immediately highlighted how tone-deaf the remark was.
I mean, you know, I'm ethnic.
Me too. So
It's just being ethnic. That's what it is.
Dembski awkwardly tried to recover, but the exchange quickly spread online as a prime example of how some red carpet chatter can veer into uncomfortable territory. Number 25. Kanye West goes off script.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says they're looking for food.
During NBC's 2005 Hurricane Katrina relief telethon, Kanye West made headlines when he abruptly veered away from the scripted message. Standing next to fellow celeb Mike Myers, Ye stared directly into the camera and declared,
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Myers could be seen visibly stunned, scrambling to continue the segment as producers rushed to cut away to an equally flustered Chris Tucker.
Please call.
In the past few days, America and people have been stepping up to donate money, to do all they can to help people in New Orleans and all over.
The unscripted moment became one of the most replayed clips of that decade, cementing it as an undeniably awkward piece of live television history, courtesy of Kanye West. Number 24. Ellen DeGeneres compares quarantine to jail. While broadcasting from her lavish home during the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic, Ellen DeGeneres attempted to make a lighthearted comparison about the challenges of quarantining. Unfortunately, it landed spectacularly poorly. Framing her experience as feeling, quote, like jail, struck viewers as insensitive, given the immense strain people were under.
I miss all the things I used to complain about. I'd give anything right now to be stuck behind a Corolla trying to make a left-hand turn.
Naturally, the disconnect between a multi-million-dollar mansion and the metaphor created an immediate backlash. Social media erupted with criticism, pointing out the privilege embedded in the comment. It was a cautionary tale about how carefully celebrities needed to tread during uncertain times.
So this is what you do when you're home and you have nothing to do. You work out, you get in the gym, and then you look at this TV show that makes you happy.
Number 23. Steve Harvey's Miss Universe error.
One of you is about to become our new Miss Universe.
It doesn't get more awkward than this. In one of the most infamous live TV blunders ever broadcast, Steve Harvey mistakenly announced Miss Colombia, Ariadna Gutierrez, as the winner of the 2015 Miss Universe pageant.
Colombia!
As she celebrated on stage with the crown and sash, Harvey returned to admit he had misread the card.
I have to apologize. The first runner-up is Colombia.
Yep, Miss Philippines, Pia Wurtzbach, was the actual winner. The correction unfolded in real time as millions watched, creating a painfully tense atmosphere. Cameras captured confusion and disbelief, all while Harvey struggled through an apology.
I will take responsibility for this. It was my mistake. It was on the card. Horrible mistake. But the right thing, I can show it to you right here.
The prolonged chaos turned what should have been a celebratory finale into an unforgettable television disaster. Number 22. Louis C.K.'s controversial jokes. To say Louis C.K.'s 2015 Saturday Night Live monologue was controversial would be a wee bit of an understatement. You see, the comedian decided to launch into material that leaned heavily on taboo subjects, including mild racism and geopolitical conflict.
I grew up in the 70s. So, I'm not racist. However, I do have mild racism.
But what made viewers most uncomfortable was his extended anecdote about, wait for it, an inappropriate attraction to minors. The audience's reaction was a mix of uneasy laughter and audible discomfort, with critics noting how far he pushed the limits of live network comedy.
If somebody said to me, if you eat another mouse bar, you'll go to jail and everybody will hate you, I would stop eating them.
With hindsight, given the later unsavory allegations against him, this monologue has aged like milk. Number 21. Mike Tyson goes off on Canadian TV. Live interviews are unpredictable, but not many unravel as quickly as Mike Tyson's 2014 appearance on Toronto's CP24 news channel. There to discuss his endorsement of then controversial Mayor Rob Ford's campaign, Tyson grew furious when interviewer Nathan Downer referenced the boxing legend's past convictions.
I don't have no comment to that, because it's negative and you're being negative. And I met the mayor, and nothing they can do about it.
Tyson immediately lashed out with profanity-laden insults. Downer's reminder that they were live on air didn't do anything to ease the verbal onslaught.
Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare?
I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear us talking to a rat piece of shit like you.
Come on, Mike.
No, because you're a piece of shit.
All right,
really
we're gonna wrap up this interview. Thank you for coming.
The tension was immediate, leaving viewers stunned and the host visibly uncomfortable. The raw volatility has made it one of the most replayed meltdowns in Canadian broadcasting history. Number 20. Cybertruck windows. When first unveiled by Tesla in 2019, this electric pickup truck had a lot of people talking, and perhaps not for the right reasons. One of the features touted by Elon Musk is its supposed tough exterior, including near indestructible windows. To demonstrate the strength of the glass, Musk had Tesla designer Franz von Holzhausen toss a metal ball at the windows only to have them shatter.
Oh my. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Musk tried to play off the gaffe by quipping they'll fix it in post, but it was too late. The cringe had already been felt by everyone watching.
We threw wrenches, we threw everything. We even literally threw the kitchen sink at the glass, and it didn't break. For some weird reason, it broke now. I don't know why. Just fix it in post.
Number 19. I Knew You Were Trouble. Winning an award is generally a happy occasion for most. We say for most because Taylor Swift hasn't always had the best experiences at award shows. At the 2013 MTV VMAs, Swift won for Best Female Video for her song I Knew You Were Trouble.
Taylor Swift.
While accepting the award, she thanked the director and her co-star, but suddenly called out the person who was the inspiration for the song. Although not mentioning him by name, we presume she's talking about Harry Styles.
I also want to thank the person who inspired this song, who knows exactly who he is, because now I got one of these.
Making things a bit more awkward is when the camera cuts to Styles sitting in the audience. When asked about it later, the former One Direction singer states he likes jokes as much as the next guy.
She likes a joke, so...
Oh, it's about you?
Yeah, I like a joke as much as the next guy.
Number 18. No hugs for Kesha. While at a red carpet event, comedian Jerry Seinfeld was giving an interview when self-proclaimed mega fan Kesha excitedly approached him and asked for a hug, which Seinfeld immediately shot down.
Can I give you a hug?
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
If that wasn't bad enough, the TikTok singer repeated her request and was denied again. After she left, he claimed to not know who she was.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, it was Kesha.
Okay, well, I wish you the best.
He would later explain that he's not up to date on current celebrities and legit didn't recognize her. Poor Kesha was heartbroken, and frankly, so are we after seeing that.
I got very excited.
I would too.
I'm like
I'd
an
be like,
excitable puppy,
Aw.
especially when I heard his voice. But then I went back and I was like, oh, me.
Number 17. There is no Jim Carrey. Actor Jim Carrey decided to show up to New York Fashion Week and apparently was not enthused to be there. He claimed that he wanted to be present at the most meaningless event he could find.
You gotta admit, it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with.
He proceeds to rant on how he doesn't believe in icons and personalities, and that we're all a field of energy. Okay. He further claimed he doesn't exist and that there are just things happening.
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream.
There's just things happening. and there are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
The interviewer doesn't quite know what to make of the interaction, and neither can we. Number 16. Joaquin Phoenix quits acting. On one of the more bizarre appearances on a late-night talk show, Phoenix was very uncomfortable and terse in his responses to Letterman.
And you were terrific in the film. I really enjoyed your work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It didn't help that he was sporting a bushy beard and wearing sunglasses, causing Letterman to ask Phoenix about his time with the Unabomber. It's later revealed that he's decided to quit acting to pursue a career in hip-hop. Understandably, some in the audience laugh at this revelation, causing Phoenix to seriously chastise those for doing so.
I do more hip-hop music.
Hip-hop music.
Is this a joke? What do you have them on?
It was later revealed he was in character for a film he was working on at the time. It didn't make things any less awkward.
Well, we wanted to do a film that explored celebrity and explored the relationship between the media and the consumers and the celebrities themselves.
Number 15. Dakota Johnson's birthday dispute. While appearing on Ellen, things got awkward rather quickly with the titular host. After wishing Johnson a happy belated birthday, she quickly wonders why she wasn't invited to the party.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
Johnson insists that the host was invited, but Ellen remains unconvinced, putting Johnson on the defensive. Johnson has to confirm with a producer that Ellen was in fact invited, before suddenly remembering that she couldn't attend the party because she was out of town.
I was invited? Right. Why didn't I go?
I don't know.
Was it? Oh yeah, I had that thing.
Number 14. Mark Wahlberg ignores Sarah Silverman's trauma. While on the Graham Norton show, Sarah Silverman recounts how when she was younger, she would wet the bed.
I had to borrow pajamas, and usually I would just have to like pinch myself awake all night, you know, just to not pee. And then I did. I fell asleep and I did.
Naturally, this may cause some anxiety in a social setting, such as at a sleepover. As she's trying to explain how she was almost exposed at a friend's house, fellow guest Mark Wahlberg begins slowly inching away from her, and eventually into the lap of Norton. Following this interruption, she continues her story, only for Wahlberg to start saying something to Norton, causing Silverman to directly call out her fellow guest for his rude behavior.
Can I finish this torture for me too?
Number 13. Madonna Goes There. The atmosphere was uneasy from the start when Letterman beckons the singer to kiss someone in the audience.
Go kiss the guy in the audience. It would knock him out. Look at that guy, just like on the forehead. Just on the forehead.
Things don't get much better when the host brings up Madonna's interest in basketball. At this point, she looks up at the boom mic and comments on how long it is, eliciting some uncomfortable reactions from the crowd.
That microphone is really long. Speaking of the NBA. I'm sorry. I always go there, and really, I don't care.
After briefly mentioning her relationship with Charles Barkley, Letterman moves on to ask if getting her nose ring hurt. Madonna misheard and thought she was being asked a more intimate question about her relationship, much to the chagrin of everyone else.
No, but you have like
yes,
a nose ring there. Now, what happens when you take that out? Will you ever take that?
What happens when you take it out?
Yeah.
Both questions?
Oh, come on, come on!
At least she seemed to be enjoying herself. Number 12. Russell Brand's psychoanalysis. In what was supposed to be an appearance promoting his world tour for his stand-up comedy, things went off the rails rather quickly after a comment about Brand's accent. He objects to how the hosts talk about him as though he isn't there, which isn't an unreasonable complaint.
You are talking about me as if I'm not here and as if I'm an extraterrestrial.
He further criticizes news media in general, saying they tend to focus on superficial things instead of substantive information.
You forget about what's important, you allow the agenda to be decided by superficial information. What am I saying? What am I talking about? Don't think about what I'm wearing, these things are redundant.
When Micah Brzezinski says she's distracted, Brand comments on her hand gestures with a bottle, making an uncomfortable situation even more so.
What do you think that gesture means, the way you're touching that bottle? What does that indicate? What is that? What's the subtext of that?
I think we gotta go to break.
You need to lose that ring, Mika, because it don't mean nothing to you.
Number 11, chicken of the sea. The age-old question if tuna is a fish or chicken. Wait, that's not right. But it is what Jessica Simpson wondered aloud in the debut episode of her reality TV series Newlyweds with her then-husband Nick Lachey.
Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish?
Much like the rest of us, he could only look on in confusion as to what he had just heard. Simpson clarifies that she knows it's tuna, but on the can it says chicken by the sea.
Is that stupid? What? Don't make fun of me right now, I'm not in the mood.
Once Lachey explains that chicken of the sea is the brand name and that tuna is similar in popularity as chicken as a food choice, she says that she misread the label.
A lot of people eat tuna, it's like a lot of people eat chicken, so it's like the chicken of the sea.
Okay, I understand now. I read it wrong.
Number 10, Michelle Rodriguez's lack of diversity. Ambushed by TMZ for an impromptu interview, the Fast and Furious star tactlessly squashed a rumor suggesting the actress was set to replace Ryan Reynolds as the new Green Lantern.
Stop stealing, all the white people's superheroes. Like, make up your own, you know what I'm saying?
Greatly disappointing fans, Michelle Rodriguez essentially asserted that minority actors should not be attempting to land roles of traditionally white superheroes. At the time, Michael B. Jordan had already been cast as Johnny Storm in the new Fantastic Four, and the actress's comments were seen as counterproductive to the push for more diversity in Hollywood. Later on, Rodriguez released an apology video to clarify the controversial quote.
That it's time to stop trying to, take what's already there and try to fit a culture into it. I think that it's time for us to write our own mythology and our own story.
Number 9, Tom Hiddleston's tone-deaf Golden Globe speech.
A quick story. I know it's been a long night, but I recently went to South Sudan.
Transforming a triumphant moment into a tiny PR disaster, Loki would have been better off just saying thank you and walking off stage. Awarded Best Actor in a miniseries or television film by the Golden Globes for The Night Manager, Tom Hiddleston wandered into a poorly conceived tangent about a group of Médecins Sans Frontières medics who had approached the actor during a stay in South Sudan.
And they were a group of Médecins Sans Frontières, doctors and nurses, and they wanted to say hello because during the shelling the previous month, they had binge-watched The Night Manager.
Satisfied with knowing The Night Manager provided entertainment for these brave men and women, Hiddleston clearly wanted to highlight the good humanitarian work carried out by these organizations, but ended up coming across as self-congratulatory.
The idea that I could provide, or that we could provide some relief and entertainment for the people who work for UNICEF and Médecins Sans Frontières and the World Food Programme.
He would later apologize, citing nervousness as the reason he expressed himself poorly. Number 8, Pete Davidson shows no love.
I think I speak for all crazy people when I say,
Mental health is always a challenging subject to address. Here's an example of how not to do it. In an article published by the Players Tribune, Kevin Love opened up about a panic attack he experienced during a match between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Atlanta Hawks, only to be taken to task by Pete Davidson during a Saturday Night Live sketch.
It's totally cool that he had a panic attack, but if you're gonna write an article about being unstable, leave it to the big boys, all right?
A comedian and actor diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, Davidson trivialized, if not downright mocked, Love's episode and expressed an oddly elitist view on who should be allowed to discuss mental health issues.
I'm sorry you missed your three-pointer, Kev, but I've been in therapy since I was 6 years old, and I wanted to kill myself when I was 8. Tough news about your rebounds, though.
Number 7, Raven Simonet is okay with discrimination. Bad jokes are forgivable, but this one was just plain insulting.
Can we take back racist and say discriminatory? Because I think that's a better word.
Yes, it is a much better
That's a better word, and I am very discriminatory against words like the ones that they were saying in those names.
Primarily known for Disney's That's So Raven, Raven Simonet implied there is a limit to acceptable ethnic names during an episode of The View, and jokingly showed support for workplace discrimination if a person happened to be called something like Watermelondrea. Travolta.
I'm not about to hire you if your name is Watermelon Andrea. It's just not gonna happen.
The outrage was so severe that both Raven and the actress's father saw the need to apologize through Facebook. The best thing to come out of this whole ordeal was the reply of Trey Melvin, also known as Watermelon Andrea Jones, to Raven's reference.
I'm not gonna hire you if you look like Chicken Little. I'm not gonna hire you if you look like the mascot for Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I'm not gonna hire you if you look like Big Bird.
Number 6. Kathie Lee Gifford didn't get the memo. More often than not, celebrity blunders tend to simply be hilarious. However, this moment was nothing short of heartbreaking. While he appeared on NBC's Today show to promote the upcoming Madagascar 3, the seemingly average interview took an awkward turn when Kathie Lee Gifford, who was clearly unaware that Martin Short's wife had tragically passed away in 2010, brought up the actor's marriage.
He and Nancy have got one of the greatest marriages of anybody in show business. How many years now for you guys?
We married 36 years.
Somehow, Short remained calm enough to play along with the host and pretend that nothing was wrong.
But you're still like in love.
Madly in love. Madly in love.
Why?
Cute. I'm cute.
Yes, that is true. And you make each other laugh.
Yeah.
Later that day, Gifford sent out an apology tweet and the comedian expressed no hard feelings. Number 5. The mating habits of sharks and whales. Following the release of Sharknado, Tara Reid earned a guest spot on Shark After Dark and decided to use this opportunity to spread a bit of knowledge.
And then I said, like, whale sharks. I'm like, oh, that must mean a whale and a shark have sex.
To avoid coming across as ignorant, Reid conducted some research prior to the interview, but the actress clearly needed to reread Wikipedia's entry on whale sharks.
Well, how does a whale and a shark have sex? And then I looked up.
Was there a video of it?
No, because there's a thing called whale sharks. So I thought they must, you know.
Stumped by the thought of a mammal and a fish doing the business, Reid unleashed a rambling monologue before seemingly concluding that no, sharks and whales do not have sex. And who says TV can't be educational?
And then I realized that whales were mammals and sharks are animals.
Number 4. The price of fame. First world problems? No, this goes far beyond that. Evidently, Paris Hilton has endured everything bad that can possibly happen to a person. During an interview with Piers Morgan, Paris and Kathy Hilton discussed some of the positives and negatives associated with a celebrity lifestyle.
I've really grown a thick skin over the years.
When asked if privacy is a price worth paying for fame, Hilton spoke about the countless terrible things that had been said about the socialite over the years.
Everything bad that can happen to a person has happened to me.
Nobody's personal issues should be dismissed, but Paris's self-absorbed comment reeked of naivete. Number 3. Tom Cruise has done the research. Promoting War of the Worlds was apparently the furthest thing from this Scientologist's mind during an interview with the Today Show's Matt Lauer.
You see, here's the problem. You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do.
Tom Cruise is no stranger to controversial stunts, but the actor's rant on psychiatry was equal parts obtuse and offensive.
And I know that psychiatry is a pseudoscience.
The Mission Impossible star labeled the entire field as a pseudoscience, blasted Brooke Shields for using antidepressants to help with postpartum depression, and declared there is no such thing as a chemical imbalance.
If you understand the history of it, it masks the problem. That's what it does. That's all it does. You're not getting to the reason why. There is no such thing as a chemical imbalance.
Cruise's comments were so off base and potentially harmful that the American Psychological Association had to publish a statement in response. Number 2. Kelly Osbourne's misguided pro-immigration stance. Good intentions can only take you so far. While appearing on The View, Kelly Osbourne countered Donald Trump's stance on immigration in arguably the most unintentionally racist way imaginable.
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Quickly taken to task by co-host Rosie Perez, Osbourne seemed to instantly regret saying anything and tried to backtrack.
In LA, they always
But
they
Latinos are not only the only people
I didn't mean
doing
it like
that.
that. Come on.
Unsurprisingly, the celebrity came under heavy scrutiny and Kelly took responsibility for the blunder in a Facebook post. Things were made even worse due to the fact that just a couple of months prior, Osbourne had publicly criticized Juliana Rancic for a similar insensitive comment. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Kanye West thinks slavery was a choice. Here we go again. While undoubtedly talented, the rapper/producer's antics tend to distract from the music, like the time he crashed Taylor Swift's VMA acceptance speech. Kanye also cast a huge shadow after stating that slavery was a choice in 2018.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
Whatever the point might have been, West failed to express it in a way that made any sense.
It's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews.
Though Ye has since admitted he suffers from mental health issues, he has continued down a path of making awkward public appearances, including during a televised meeting with President Donald Trump.
The campaign I'm With Her just didn't make me feel as a guy that didn't get to see my dad all the time, like a guy that could play catch with his son.
There have also been many other controversial statements in other media, too many to list here. Which of these awkward celebrity live TV moments made you cringe the hardest? Let us know in the comments.